Good morning. I am Kelly Stevenson, and I'm having to do my video recording on my own using my web camera. So if this seems a little stilted or awkward, I apologize. My research for Wisconsin Teaching Standards was on Read Aloud, and Wisconsin Teaching Standard number 1 is teachers know the subject they are teaching. And number 2 is teachers know how students grow. And being a special ed teacher, my focus so much is on reaching the students where they're at. So I really used these standards to drive my instruction plan and think about the individual students and their strengths and interests and really have that guide instruction. Like I explained in my paper, Read Aloud has been an area of huge success. And like I said in my paper, if I could teach everything through Read Aloud, they would make amazing progress. And I thought, why not? Why can't I do this? And so the research that I found really supported using Read Aloud. There was a lot of research on using Read Aloud to teach, whether it was science or math or social skills. And I found those interesting because I spend some of my time teaching social skills and math and a little science some years. But I really wanted to focus on having my students grow as readers. And so my focus really was on boosting their reading abilities. And so it was fun because I could really focus and think about my individual students and what they're interested in. And it's 5 boys, and they're all boy. So the new curriculum that my school is using is Units of Study Reading, and we're starting this year. And because of my students' reading levels, I really felt that using the grade 3 curriculum and modifying it for them would be the best. And the book that they start with the first read aloud is Stone Fox, which my students are going to love, and they know that I love dogs. Now, not to be a spoiler, but the dog dies in the end. That's the hard part for me because I'll probably start sobbing as I'm doing a read aloud. But at least my students will really know that I'm impassioned about the book and their learning. And I've tried to read it a couple different times this summer, and I just cry every time. So they know I love dogs and they love animals, so it'll be a good opportunity overall. So what I did with my research was I thought about how I was really going to reach them using what we did in past years. And so they love sitting on the rug. They love listening to me read. The stretch is going to be for them to really talk about what we read. So I created the first 4 days of my reading instruction using Stone Fox. There it is. And actually making a script for myself, because using a new curriculum with new language and new expectations, and also really thinking about the research that I did and the language that's useful for reaching my boys. So they also love chart paper, markers, post-it notes. These are very engaging materials, and so I incorporated that into it as well, where they could help make the posters and the learning charts, and but really incorporate them into it. An area that they really struggle with, and it's part of our state and district testing, is extended responses. So I incorporated in my first quick quiz for day 5 for them to do 2 extended responses. That probably is pretty ambitious for our first week. What I'll probably end up doing is doing those with them. They'll help me write them on the board, and then they'll copy them onto a sheet of paper with my with my support. And we'll probably start doing extended responses of only about a couple sentences, because that's such an area of struggle for them. And really writing good sentences that answer the question will be a focus we'll have all year, I'm guessing. One thing that I learned through this whole experience has been maybe I've set my goals too low for them. Maybe because of their label, I did not expect enough from them. And just watching a couple videos from Units of Study that they have for kindergarten and first grade, students, as well as the research that I did that had kindergarten and first grade students in it. It just made me wonder that maybe I could expect more from these boys, that they have more to give than a multiple choice answer and fill in the blank. And so we have really good conversations, and I'm looking forward to incorporating into these good conversations some good language for them, and really get them thinking actively about what they're reading. So I'm really looking forward to this school year. We start next week as teachers, and we start the following week with students. And I can't wait to introduce them to Stone Fox and really watch them grow. So thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for everything.